We welcome you back at a good time in our coverage of the Australian GT Championship. Dean Grant takes his compulsory pit stop. Simon Middleton's been in, and so too has Max Twigg. So while Grant is stationary, Twigg rejoins. This is for the race lead. Kundouris, who's already completed his pit stop. Will he get him a turn one? He does just. So Twigg in a good position, Warren Luff. He's made some good ground, some good lap speed, if you like, on the entry to pit lane and minimising the gap between himself and race leader James Kundouris.
As we spoke about earlier, it's all about those outlaps and those in-laps to be able to sort of maximise the time that you can out there. Really push hard on those laps, and as you said, Max Twigg's done it to perfection. He's closed that gap, but still probably not close enough.
Quick shot of Tony Alford there a moment ago in the Nissan GTR in the production classes. Grant rejoins. Where will Grant fire out? He comes out, in fact, behind in third position it is. So he'll now have to chase both Max Twigg and our race leader, James Kundouris. The question is, can he get it done? Feels pretty comfortable from what we can gather with the subtle changes the team have made to this car for the second outing of the weekend.
These Moslers do run a harder compound rear tyre, so we may see in the latter stages of this race that tyre life being a benefit to the Mosler.
Now, this is a problem for Keith Wong's Porsche, and yeah, okay, the word from race control is we will have a safety car here. So the Penfold Audi Sport safety car on circuit as they take Keith Wong off the track. It's bunched up the field for the restart, and this will be a sprint to the flag now. So Kundouris from Max Twigg, and the Mosler in a great position here for Dean Grant. Kundouris gets maybe a car length advantage heading into turn one from Max Twigg. Twigg trying to fend off the Mosler. Grant can sense maybe a chance to get to second. And what about the drive so far in this race by David Wall, buried outside the top 10 after a tough opening race, and he's now into the top four. That's tremendous.
On board with Max Twigg. He'll go defensive here down into turn four. Dean Grant's all over the back of him. But speaking of big moves, Peter Hackett down the inside of the Wilson Security Porsche of David Wall. Makes it stick.
Remember, his crew went to work during that pit stop, so is Hackett in for a strong run to the finish in the Lamborghini. Wall gets a little taily on the exit of Siberia. Back with Twigg now. This is for the race lead. Can he get James Kundouris?
Kundouris goes wide, coming over the top, puts him to the inside here. Twigg will look to try and get the better run out of this corner and capitalise down the straight.
Trying to profile for Max Twigg. The 38-year-old was very successful in motocross, but is starting to make a huge impression in this championship after making the switch from 2 wheels to 4. Here he is, fighting for the race lead. Kundouris doing everything he can to defend the position.
Looking for that draft down into turn one. You can see he positions himself to the outside, back to the inside. He's really not in a position to be able to do anything about it, but he's really just trying to fill the mirrors of James Kundouris, see if he can maybe force him into a mistake.
An interested spectator will no doubt be Mark Eddy. He's not here with that awesome Audi R8 LMS. Looking forward to seeing him back in the championship at the next round. Kundouris stretches the legs between turns 2, 3, and now down to turn 4. Gains a couple of car lengths. Look at that bodywork. Will that become an issue for Max Twigg toward the end of the race?
I think officials will have a look at that, but it doesn't seem like it's getting any worse, so I think they'll be comfortable to let that one go.
Back on board the Wilson security entry. Oh, look how sideways Peter Hackett gets. Just a little in the Lamborghini.
Wally wasn't able to capitalise on that. Obviously, that Lamborghini's still suffering from some tyre issues, which is surprising because they did actually change rear tyres in their stop.
How good does the Porsche sound in full flight?
Hackett goes defensive down here into MG.
Wall now thinking about trying to get the jump as they come through the final sequence of corners. Kundouris has really been able to get on with the job here. Checkered flag at the ready. What a weekend for James Kundouris. Congratulations. Max Twigg will finish second. Dean Grant will be pumped about third. and the improved potential of that Mosler, Peter Hackett just keeps David Wall at bay for 5th.
Greg Crick first to the Vipers in position 6. Simon Middleton, championship returnee in 8th.
Shane Smolin wins GT Challenge. Good job. Eric Banner 3rd in class for this race, and Tony Alford takes out production.
There was some really close racing. It was good fun, and had a good battle with Max. He didn't give me an inch, and yeah, had to fight hard for that one.
Yeah, no, it was good fun. It's good to have a good close race up front in this championship. It hasn't had that for some time now, so but I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was good fun.
Yeah, what a cracking race. I mean, that was so close. And we had the speed at the end there. We had our tyres were coming on and the Porsche's tyres were going off. And then there was the safety car, which bunched us all up and gave the Porsches a chance for their tyres to recover, and that was it. I couldn't get on the back of them.
Yeah, it was a good way to finish the weekend. It was a choppy start, had our moments, but it was nice to bring a win home, and all thanks to the boys from Autohouse Hamilton.
Another hour race, and it was extremely enjoyable. The weather stayed beautiful, so yeah, it was just a very good day for the Dana King Nissan.
That it was. Here's the updated standings. David Wall has his advantage trimmed just slightly at this round, but the consolation is he wins the CAMS Australian Tourist Trophy that some great names have won over the years. Shane Smolin on top of the challenge class from Michael Locasano by just 1 point heading into the next event at Mount Panorama Bathurst, and Tony Alford leads the standings after a great round at the island in GT production. That takes us out. Don't forget to check the website for all the latest details on the next round of the championship, driver profiles and the like, australiangt.com.au. On behalf of Warren Luff and the team, I'm Greg Rust. Catch you next time. Bye for now.